think authentic voices still carry through. I mean, if you look at accounts like Diet Prada, for example, right now, that completely outed the scandal with Dolce & Gabbana, I mean, people are following authentic voices.
Can you talk a little bit about the difference between being big on Twitter versus being big on Instagram? Because it's been fascinating to, as someone who uses social media but is not big on social media, to see the way that those platforms have diverged, I think, in recent years. And I'm just curious on how you think those two differ, because I have my own ideas, but I never ran a successful Twitter account, so...
You have a very successful Twitter account.
No, but like, for someone who actually made it work, I guess,
really...
what's your view on where those two platforms diverge and what makes success on both of those?
I think Twitter, for sure, is covering live news, right? If you're going to follow any sort of live event, where if it's award show season or sporting events, you're going to go on Twitter. Instagram is much more visual, and it's much more, I think, fashion-centric in a way, and I think for fashion brands, that's where they love to be. But I think they both have their place.
So you've kind of taken what you've done, you have your book now, and you're teaching other women, mentoring them about their brands that they have. And this is all happening kind of against this backdrop now of people, I feel, getting a little bit more suspect about technology and what they share out there. Is that something that you're feeling? And how are people dealing with that? Like, what do you tell people to do about their brands if people are worried that, like, Facebook's gonna know everything about them?
I mean, your phone knows everything about you. If you want Uber to pick you up on the exact corner you're at, your phone knows where you are. So I think we all need to get over that, honestly. But I think at the end of the day, personal branding has always been a thing. It's your reputation. Now we have the power to take it in our own hands and make it how we want it to be. And I think, putting your eggs in one basket, in one platform, and we always joke, if, someone completely deleted Instagram tomorrow, there'd be a lot of people who would no longer be famous because they're Instagram famous, right?
I feel like they wouldn't exist.
Right. I mean, they wouldn't. So it's important to be well-rounded, and that means your own website, your social platforms, LinkedIn.
Now, you write about the idea of saying no to things, which to me, like in the media business, right, you never say no. You always say yes to every appearance and every guest.
I'll go.
Say, sure, yes, of course, why not? What do you get, I guess, from saying no, and how do you find out the right situation to actually say no to some obligation?
Well, I kind of look at it as, how we look in branding, which is, what brand do you want people to think of you as? What is the message you're giving off? And whether it's an appearance or an opportunity or a collaboration or any type of meeting, does that help you advance the brand message that you want to give off? And that's that's the filter you establish for yourself. And you shouldn't say yes to everything, because then you begin to dilute yourself.
Aliza Licht, the book is Leave Your Mark. I feel like this is going to inspire you to get more on Instagram. Right? You need to diversify.
I feel like it's over. I feel like Insta's over, right? If you're not big now, it's
Do you agree?
No,
is Instagram
it
over?
is not over,
late?
but put your money into stories. Put your effort into stories.
See,
Main feed is basically over.
I've had that suspicion, and I just don't want to do it. It's so much time. I enjoy walking around the street, not taking videos of where I'm going, instead of making a story.
You know what? It's less precious, and you don't have to try that hard, because people want to see the real you.
This is it. This is it. Just watch the show.
Just watch the show.
Or watch the show.